Today for Primetime Local News, I am speaking with Mark Leslie, author of his newest book, Fright Nights, Big City. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Shelby.
Of course, we're glad to be able to have you on here. Now, I wanted to start off, of course, with you telling us what's all involved in this newest novel.
Yeah, in a nutshell, so there is a bunch of white supremacist neo-Nazi cult leaders who are creating supernatural monsters and trying to spread fear, hatred, and ill will across the United States. And of course, our hero, Michael Andrews, who encountered them in the previous novel in Los Angeles, discovers that they are infiltrating his home city of New York. And they're turning the city into the purge kind of territory where it's terrifying to go out after dark, reminding a lot of people of what it might have been like in New York in the 70s, in the Fear City era of that city.
Now, would you say, with you being a fan of Spider-Man, of course, and I could see by your shirt that this helped inspire this novel, or was there some different inspiration for you?
This one is sort of a continuing story of a main character, Michael Andrews, who is a werewolf, but you never see him as a wolf, you only see him as a man, but he has side effects, he has enhanced powers. And having grown up reading Spider-Man comics, kind of like me, may have been based on some of my own passions, Michael uses his powers to try to help others. And that's how this all kind of comes down, is he's constantly sticking his nose into trouble trying to help other people out. And that's how he first encountered this group in the previous novel when he was in Los Angeles. And so he's horrified to find that they're in New York, and he works with two other supernatural beings and a paranormal expert to see if they can figure out ways to stop this virus from growing inside the city.
For all the readers and your fans out there that have read your previous work, what would you say that they can expect with this newest novel before they read it?
Well, there's more action, there's more adventure, there's more humor as well. Because one of the things, Michael Andrews, he's my Canadian werewolf. And so he is this small town Canadian who is living in one of the world's largest cities. So he's a bit of a pushover as a human, but he has these extra powers. And a lot of, because he's so nervous when he's fighting the bad guys, he makes a lot of jokes. And it's a first person narrative, just like the other novels were. So there's a lot of humor, there's a lot of action, and there's a lot of emotional involvement too, because one of the things my readers have most enjoyed is this tension between Michael and his ex-girlfriend Gail. They're now really good friends, but they had been in a past life, a long time ago, they had been lovers, and now they're friends. So there's a lot of that, the tension that people really enjoy when they see two characters are like, wow, they could be together, but they're not. So it's got all the things, and of course it does wrap up some of the plot things that had started to gestate in the previous few novels.
And have you seen some strong support now with this newest novel since it's been released?
It has been tremendous. I have been overwhelmed with the support from readers. The pre-orders were exceptionally high. The requests for the book into library systems as well, and just in parallel to this, just the other day, the previous book in the series, Fear and Longing in Los Angeles, won Kobo best indie book cover for 2021, and it's the same book cover designer. So I'm in awe with all of the amazing support that I've seen on this novel and the whole series.
For people that want to check out your work and this newest novel, where all can they be able to access this online and in stores?
Yeah, so the books are available in hardcover, in paperback, in ebook, and audiobook. If people like audiobooks, Chirp Audiobooks, which is available throughout North America, is a free app. The audiobooks are all discounted for the rest of January 2022, and so and they're read by fellow Canadian science fiction writer Scott Overton. So lots of Canadian content involved in that.
Perfect. Well, for all you readers out there that are watching this, make sure to go check out Mark Leslie's Fright Nights, Big City, his newest novel. Once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Mark.
Thank you, Shelby.